Okay, so the first question, what are the complex solutions to the following equation? So if we're asking for the solutions, then I know I can use the quadratic formula. So going to my paper here, I know the quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And so I know that the negative 2 is my a value. You never include the variable. I know that 2 is my b value. And the negative 3 is my c. So I'm going to plug that in. So I'm going to have a negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2 times a negative 3 all over 2 times negative 2. Okay, so this gives me 4. I have a negative 4 times a negative 2, which gives me a positive 8. And then a positive 8 times a negative 3 gives me a negative 24. Now, here I'm going to take the difference between 24 and 4, and I know the bigger number is negative, so my answer is going to be negative. So I have a negative 20 underneath the square root. Now here I know because this is negative, and this we call the discriminant, because it's negative, I know I'm going to have imaginary solutions. So, but this isn't fully simplified. So I'm going to try and simplify this square root of 20. So I'm just going to do a little side note here. I know the square root of negative 20. First of all, because it's negative, I know I'm going to have I. Then I can separate negative 20 out into either 5 and 4 or 2 and 10. It doesn't matter which way. I'm just going to do 2 and 10. And 10 I can break apart into 2 and 5. Now since I have a square root of 2 and another square root of 2, I know this would be square root of 4. And the square root of 4 I know is 2. Now this 5, I can't take the square root of 5, so I leave it as a square root of 5. Don't forget the I, because of the negative under the square root. So I'm going to rewrite this, but instead of the square root of negative 20, it's going to be 2i square root of 5. So negative 2 plus or minus 2i square root of 5 all over negative 4. Now here's a common mistake students make. Oh, negative 2 over negative 4, this just crosses out to 1/2. You can't just cross out and reduce because this negative 4 is also being divided by this. So what I recommend is always separate this out into two fractions. So negative 2 over negative 4 plus or minus 2i square root of 5 over negative 4. So once I separate it out, now I can cross out and reduce. First of all, if I have a negative divided by a negative, I know that's going to be a positive number. And then I know the 2 over 4 is going to reduce to 1/2. And then I know the same thing here. The 2 over the negative 4, that's going to stay I square root of 5, and this is going to be a negative 2. Now this is like saying 1i, 1/2, but I really don't need the 1 there because it's like an invisible 1. And I can write this over 1 whole fraction. If I write this over 1 whole fraction, that means I need to, like if I'm going to write it over a negative 2, then I need to keep this negative. So I'm just going to keep these negatives here so I can put this all over negative 2. So negative 1 plus or minus I square root of 5. And I want to see if this is one of my answer choices. So I'm going to use this and look at my answer choices. And it looks like it's going to be answer choice A.